Yo guys, welcome in today's video. In today's video I want to have just a walk outside with you guys and have a quick talk about what I think is going to happen in the coming years and what I think should be every single one's of you priority this year. Just gonna keep it a little bit light. We are right now in Gouda. You can see some nice houses over here. We got a nice river. Gouda is a famous city in Holland. It's famous because of the cheese and it's a lovely city. My little brother lives here, so I just visited him, which is quite nice. And yeah, just want to go to a bench a little bit and have a talk. But first of all, guys, I want to thank every single one of you for all the engagement that I've got on yesterday's video. We got more than 100 likes on that 16-year cycle video, and I just want to thank everyone for that, because I also ask a lot of you guys in that video. I ask you guys to comment, I ask you guys to give a like, I ask you guys to share it with your friends, because, and now comes the important thing, because I think this will be maybe one of the most important videos for every single one of you that is invested in crypto, because there will be one last chance every single one of you get, and I think that chance will appear either this year or it will be next year. And I think if you don't take advantage of that opportunity, if you don't cash out at the right time, then I think you will be heading into some very difficult times, basically. And why is that? Because if we have a look at that 16-year cycle and we look at that, maybe we are going to see a top in 2023, maybe we are going to see a top in 2024. It will most likely be followed by a big recession, and that recession might last until 2026. And you guys have been through 2022. This is a small taste that you got from the bigger recession that will be coming later. So you gotta ask yourself the question. Let's sit down, guys. You gotta ask yourself the question: am I prepared for that? Can I survive a 2022 with a magnitude of 3 or 4? Can I do that? If the answer is yes, well, you're in a good position. If you have a business that thrives during a recession, then I think you will be in a good position, but you still got to be able to cash out or take profits at the right time, right? So this is also going to be, let's sit down. Yeah, boy. Yeah, guys, we got a little bit informal atmosphere. I'm having a cigar right here as well. Like, as you guys know, now and then I like to enjoy a cigar. And yeah, let's get back to the story. Now, what I basically want to do with this video, I want to say to every single one of you that I do think that right now you basically have one last chance, one shot to do it right. And if you don't do it right during this coming bull market, in the current market conditions, then I think you will be going through a really, really rough time. Maybe starting from 2024 going into 2026. You got to ask yourself the question whether you'll be able to survive that period or not. And if you already had a difficult time in 2022, then you maybe should make some different choices, or maybe put down some structures in your life which makes it possible to survive such a recession. And the first thing that is most important is to have a exit plan, right? So you can be the best trader out there. You can gain so much Bitcoin during the coming bull market, but if you don't know when to take profits, and we will see a 80% drawdown, then how much did you actually want? How much profits did you actually took, right? So that is one thing that's very important. Even though you're a very good short-term trader, you gotta have a image, you gotta have a perspective of the macro environment too, right? You gotta have a plan, you gotta have a exit plan, and you gotta make that plan so solid that even though if you would be, for example, you take a plan, you go 100% in stables at the right time, and that stable coin goes fucked, like we have seen with Luna, that's also not a solid plan. You need a real solid plan where you maybe say like, okay, I'm gonna invest a little bit of my money into there, maybe into property. I'm gonna invest a little bit of my money into stable coins. I'm gonna leave a little bit of my money into Bitcoin. I'm going to divide these baskets, and I'm going to divide my money into these baskets, so I know for sure that I won't have any significant problems, and that I maybe even can liquidate some at the end of 2026 to reaccumulate at cheaper levels. So first, another thing that I wanted to say is that I think it's very important for every single one of you to have a look at the video from yesterday. If you haven't seen the video from yesterday, then I would highly recommend you to go over there and watch it. Why? Because I'm not saying that I know for sure what is going to happen. I'm not that type of analyst that say, yeah, I know for 100% sure this is going to happen, and a lot of people are going to follow, and then it might not happen. I'm the one saying right here, it might not happen, okay? It might not happen. But looking at that video and giving yourself mental space to interpret this idea of a 16-year cycle will help you to think in a macro perspective, right? If you already would know in 2021, right, or maybe in 2020, that maybe at the beginning of 2022 or at the end of 2021 we are entering a potential topping phase, you would stand in the market with a different perspective, and you would be more prepared. Because most people, they are in the markets, they see everything goes up, they feel invincible, right? The plumber, the barber, everyone is buying crypto. You feel like it will never go down. We go to 100k, including me. I know how these emotions feel because I experienced them too. Everybody experienced them. But we gotta be smarter than these emotions. We gotta set already right now some things in place that will remind us later on when we are at that spot, like, yo, dude, you gotta watch out right now because you're entering a potential topping period. So this is a period where you will take, or where you actually should take profits. And if you can then look in your environment and say to yourself like, okay, wait, my neighbor right now is in crypto. My best friends are texting me about crypto. We are quite high. Maybe we even surpassed previous all-time highs. And we are actually in a topping period. In terms of time, we might see a top based on that 16-year cycle, right? Then you have a major advantage because you can put things in perspective. You can actually tell yourself like, okay, wait. In the midst of euphoria, you can actually say like, hey, I've actually think about it 1 year ago, and I actually thought, okay, maybe at the end of 2023 we are going to see a top, right? I see all the signs, I see the euphoria, I see my friends talk about it, I see the plumber talking about it. The alarm bell will ring, and you might tell yourself, I'm going to take profits right now, I'm going to stick to the plan, I'm going to create a structure that will last, right? Because leaving 100% into crypto I think will not last. I think this is really going to be our last chance to take significant profits and do something worthy with that money. Do something with it. And this is also going to be my this is also one of the assignments that I take on my shoulders, is that I really want to I really am going to try to educate you guys on when to take profits during the next bull market, in the current market conditions. And I actually have already some more information that I haven't shared over on the channel. So I've shared the 16-year cycle with you guys, but there are actually 2 cycles that I know of that all point towards one scenario. But I just don't know yet how I'm going to how I'm going to make a video about that, how I'm going to educate you guys about that. But I can already tell you that there are right now 3 cycles pointing to one scenario. And I can already tell you that scenario will be very negative after 2024. And you already have you gotta ask yourself the question, can I survive a year like 2022 with a magnitude of 3 or 4? Could you do that with your current job? with your current holdings, with your current income streams? Could you survive something like this? For me, I gotta be honest, like 2022 has been a rough year. My portfolio significantly went down. I can keep my head above water. I'm actually quite lucky. I'm very grateful for that. Right, I have a lot of ways that I actually can make money. Trading is one of them. So I'm actually very grateful that I can just live my life. I can just be my own boss. But if I'm going to experience a year like 2022 with a magnitude of 3 or 4, I want to have some different businesses in place. I maybe want to have some real estate that I'm renting out. I maybe want to have a physical business where I also get some money from, and where I actually have fun, enjoy doing it, right? So maybe just invest in some physical places, right? Not only not to work there yourself, depending on what kind of thing it is, of course, but just do something different, and maybe, you know, maybe with a opportunity to re-enter once that that bigger cycle has played out, and we are seeing maybe like a huge low in 2026. I know this is really far, guys. 2026 is really far, and you actually don't want to worry too much. That is also not healthy, not good for your health to worry too much. But I think it is good to put things in perspective. And if you can now already have a map of what might happen from now till 2026, then you actually have a very powerful weapon. You have something very powerful, and that is a knowledge about perspective, knowledge about time, which actually almost no trader is using. Most traders, including me with a lot of things, are focused on day-to-day price action. And I'm really trying to get off that a little bit. I will be publishing a new video also soon about how I'm going to enter trade based on which metrics I'm entering a trade, and I will take you guys through the journey. So that's also going to be very interesting. But yeah, this is just a video where I just wanted to have a informal conversation with you guys about what is going to come, and that I think that right now you actually have one last chance to do things right. And if you don't make the right decisions in the next year, then you might go bankrupt. Yeah, that might be like a little bit extreme, but like I said, if you have a year of 2022 with a magnitude of 3, 4, maybe 5, I would say most people go bankrupt, right? So you got to think about a lot of things. You can ask me some questions in the comment section. I can think about it. I might answer them in the videos. Where you want to be based, right? Maybe you want to relocate. Maybe you want to go to another country. I definitely would. I definitely would want to go to another country. Maybe you want to switch careers. You want to do something, you know. I think these are good things to think about with such a transition that might come, right? So to keep things a little bit to the point, I think right now we are entering great times for Bitcoin and crypto, but I do think that it is your last chance to exit the markets as well in the coming years. And if you don't do that at the right moment, then yeah, you might not survive financially until 2026. And I guess most people are not expecting this, and I'm seeing this now because I actually already had a feeling. I don't want to call it a feeling, but I already have that perspective of the 16-year cycle, which is not a definite cycle, right? It doesn't show exactly at which month, at which price we are. It just shows in general terms when the price goes up and when the price goes down. But right now, finding 2 more cycles which actually point to a similar outcome, even help us to go through till 2026, that shows me there's a lot of significance to it, and I want to take these things seriously. And I actually think with a high conviction that this is also going to play out. But more information on that soon, guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me also know if you enjoyed these type of videos, right? Like to just sit there in the park, a little bit informal. I would like to do that more, but I would like to get to know from you if you like that too, because it will give me some motivation, definitely. And I want to thank every single one of you for the engagement on yesterday's video. Was not yesterday, the day before yesterday, the 16-year cycle video. I guess that's one of the most important videos on YouTube right now, definitely for macro perspective, and therefore the engagement is very important, because the more engagement it gets, it will get to a bigger audience, right? And that is what we want. We want to bring this message to as much people as possible. So yeah, guys, I want to thank you all for that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all for all the comments, the nice comments, all the engagement, all the likes. Very much appreciated, and I will keep you guys posted very, very soon. Okay, guys, love you all and have a very awesome Sunday.